To put it simply, the 5 principles involved in this toolkit, which he calls the formula, are as follows. Number 1, act on your highest passion. Number 2, act on it for as long as you can, taking it as far as you can, until you can take it no further. Number 3, take these actions with absolutely no insistence, no assumption of what the outcome is supposed to be. Number 4, stay in a positive state no matter what happens. And number 5, explore your belief systems and let go of the fear-based or negative ones or definitions that are outdated and don't work for you anymore. Now, why does this work? The reason it works is because acting on your passion. Passion, what is passion? What is excitement? What is that creativity? What is that attraction? Bashar explains it as we have a physical mind and we have a higher mind, a non-physical mind. The non-physical higher mind is the portion of us that still exists completely in spirit, in our natural state. The portion that guides us, watches over us, as part of that spirit is having this physical dream. So the way that the higher mind guides us is by speaking to us and sending us messages, but because it's non-physical, it comes in the form of energy. Our physical bodies translate that message, that energy, as the sensation we call passion, excitement, attraction, creativity, love. So when situations come to us that attract us strongly, that get us excited, that are representative of something that is our passion in life, that is the higher mind saying, this is your path. This is the next step for you on that path. This is who you truly are. This is the vibration of your true self. When we are willing to take action on those things, on that passion, we are responding to the higher mind saying, yes, I heard you. It's the actions that are important though, because action is the language of physical reality. Not words, not thoughts, but physical actions. When we take those physical actions, we are responding to the higher mind. We're saying, I heard you, I'm willing to believe that you are guiding me, that this is truly the next step on my path, and I'm willing to jump into it, I'm willing to explore it, I'm willing to be who I truly am. Willing to be who you have pointed out to me that I am, because this is my true soul's vibration. So the idea of acting on it is the first step in the toolkit. The willingness to take that action is absolutely necessary to get the ball rolling. Now, it doesn't have to be a grand adventure. It doesn't have to be a life-spanning career or some enormous project. Acting on your passion can be at a very simple, everyday level. On any given day, you have a number of things that you are able to take action on. You can take a walk, you can read a book, you can talk to a friend, you can eat a meal, you can watch a movie. If you don't have any life-spanning activity that really gets you going, you can start simply and let it build. So look around to the abilities, the actions, the choices that are available to you to take action on any given day, and find the one that has even just the tiniest bit more attractiveness, even just the tiniest bit more excitement in it than any other choice. Act on that first to the best you can, taking it as far as you can until you can take it no further. But the idea is, again, it can be something simple. And when you take action on that first, then you're allowing the organizing principle of synchronicity to come in and organize what happens in the next moment, in the next moment, and the next moment. If for some reason 2 things or 3 things seem equally exciting, then you might as well flip a coin, because sometimes flipping a coin can actually help you determine which is more exciting. You could say, all right, heads, I'll take path A. Tails, I'll take path B. And you flip the coin and it comes up tails, and you go, oh darn, I wish it had been path A. Oh, I wish it had been path A. So that tells you right now that you have more attractiveness and more passion about path A. If after you do that, things are still equally exciting, more than one thing, you have equal ability to act on them, then it doesn't really matter which path you take, because again, the organizing principle of synchronicity will come in. And if you are taking the path and taking the actions that are not necessarily in your best interest, synchronicity will cause circumstances to happen that will turn you right back around to the other path. Because again, you have to let synchronicity and the higher mind be your guide. You have to listen to them. The idea of the higher mind is like a version of yourself that's standing on the mountaintop looking down into the valley. The physical mind lives down in the valley. It can't see around the next bend, but the higher mind can. And therefore the higher mind, by sending you these messages that contain your vibration of passion, of who you truly are guiding you to say, if you act on this, you will go down the right path for you. When you ignore it, when you don't act on it, then you could fall into a hole because you're thinking, well, I know better, I'm going to go this way, and that's not necessarily the path that is actually working for you. When you do not act on your passion, then there is no reason for your higher mind to send you more opportunities that contain passion if you're not willing to act on what it's already sent you. So acting on your passion creates this sort of snowball effect and creates this dialogue between your physical mind and your higher mind. And it can keep sending you more opportunities to act on your passion, and they can build and build and become greater and greater until your entire life is just full of passion. Even if you're acting on your passion on little everyday things, you're still acting on the thing that's the most passionate for you, the most attractive to you, the most exciting for you. And that still can be a fulfilled life. So the idea is that when you do, in fact, act on this formula, and you act on your passion, taking it as far as you can until you can take it no further, and you have to make sure that if the excitement is waning, that it's waning naturally, because it's possible that you may have fear-based beliefs that are dampening the excitement and preventing you from taking action when you could actually be following a very exciting path. So you have to learn to tell the difference between excitement and anxiety. And if you are allowing the excitement to wane naturally, it's not because you're putting a block on it, but it's just going away, fading away, and you're no longer excited about that thing you were doing, then you look around for the next thing that attracts your attention as strongly, and you act on that. And when that wanes, you do the same again. You look for the next thing. It's not how the things look that tell you they're connected. It's the fact that they all excited you that tells you it's part of your path. It's the excitement that is the link. It's the thread that you follow. Sometimes things will look like they have nothing to do with one another. And you might go, well, how can this be connected to what I was doing over here? It has nothing to do with it. But if it is the thing that excites you the most at that point, it is telling you it has everything to do with everything else that excites you in life. And we'll get to the idea of how those tools work in a moment. But you have to understand that sometimes people assume that their path of excitement has to be a straight and narrow path from A to Z, and that's it. Very often, in fact, more often than not, the curving path taking you over here, the curving path attracting you over here, is the path that is actually the path of least resistance. It is the shortest path, the quickest path, because you may need the experience you're gaining over here to fully appreciate the experience you were having over here, and this may lead you back to it. But it's the excitement that tells you you need this now, and it'll reconnect you over here, because all excitement is connected to every other expression of excitement. And that's one of the tools we'll talk about in a moment. So the idea is to really trust the flow, to go with the flow of your excitement where it takes you, because if the straight and narrow path is really not your true path, then there are going to be obstacles and blocks there that will slow you down, and the path that seems like the long, winding, curving path, if it is your true path, will actually be the quickest path and will allow you to accelerate and get where you're going much, much quicker than the straight path that is not truly your path.